Welcome to Dark Horizon Creations. I'm Mike. This time we're taking a look at the Star Wars Vintage Collection Princess Leia action figure by Kenner. Now, if you hadn't already, please follow, like, and subscribe to my social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get a notification of when I post new content. So here we have the Star Wars Vintage Collection Return of the Jedi Princess Leia action figure in her Endor kit. This is part of Lucasfilm's 50th anniversary assortment. Really special action figure. I like Princess Leia, and it just brings back a lot of memories from my childhood. This is also my favorite outfit for Leia because we see her in official capacity within Alliance leadership more than we see her in a symbolic role like in A New Hope. So it's really awesome to see her get dirty with the rest of the Spec Forces troops and get involved in the fight on Endor. Taking a look at the packaging, you can see that you have your Vintage Collection card back. I love this because it always brings up memories of the original figures from my childhood. You've got the Return of the Jedi banner at the top. You have the still image of the character from the movie. You've got the Kenner logo at the bottom, and in the upper left, the Lucasfilm Limited 50th anniversary logo. Included with the action figure is her hat, as well as the Drarian Defender sporting blaster and a holster. She also includes her combat poncho. On the back of the packaging, a couple of images of other figures in this line, including Paplu and the AT-ST driver. All right, so we've got Princess Leia outside of the packaging, all kitted out, ready to roll with Spec Forces on their next mission. Now, I must say there are some things about this figure that I like and some that I don't like that we'll get to as we move along with the review. So let's bring her in closer so you guys can see the attention to detail. First and foremost, you can see her patrol cap. Got the Rebel Spec Forces symbol up here in red and yellow, green donut. The ear covers, neck protector. We'll remove it so you guys can see the head sculpt. And there's some minor quality control issues here with the placement of the eye sticker there on the right side. It's not too bad. See her combat belt with the pouches, poncho. The hood will come up, but it won't stay up unless you reposition it. Holster with her Drarian Arms Defender sporting blaster. Poncho will come off, and she's got on her fatigue uniform shirt underneath there, just like we see in Return of the Jedi. You guys can see that there. As far as articulation, head will swivel left to right, pivot down, and barely pivot up, not really. She's got forward and lateral movement at the shoulder, bicep rotation, elbow joint, no elbow rotation there, no wrist swivel on this figure. Here's the issue that I have. Her legs just move up and down like a 5 POA figure. There's no super articulation there. Single jointed knee, lower leg rotation, no foot pivot or anything like that. And this is supposed to be a Vintage Collection action figure, and it has reduced articulation. And this is one of the things that you encounter with Hasbro in perceived marketing, where they make you think you're getting more than you really are. And honestly, it's very disappointing, you know, to spend $14 for an action figure and it has reduced articulation compared to other figures in the Vintage Collection line. As far as her blaster, I'll pull it out so you guys can see it up close. And let's get her to stand up. You guys can see the attention to detail there. You can see the sight over the elongated barrel. It's made out of very soft plastic, but it does fit nicely in her holster, so you could display her with a long gun if you wanted to, and just leave that one in her holster. have her commanding the troops, whatever you wanted to do with Leia. Overall, this is a nice action figure, but very disappointing with the reduced articulation. You wouldn't expect that in the Vintage Collection line, but yet here we have it. And what's more insulting is it's not just a Vintage Collection figure, it's part of their 50th anniversary assortment. Still a nice action figure to have in your collection, particularly if you're into dioramas and doing toy photography. And just having the figure brings back a lot of memories from my childhood from seeing Return of the Jedi. So it's worth it just for the nostalgia, if for no other reason. So there you have the Star Wars Vintage Collection Return of the Jedi Princess Leia action figure by Kenner.